see as it happens, watching TV on the go. Slime at your TV, building bridges. Your views and comments are welcome on the program. Remember to like our Facebook page and our YouTube channel and be the first to see as it happens, watching TV on the go. Slime at your TV, building bridges.
Can tell your story better than yourself. We have heard so many stories that has been told when someone is gone. We have heard so many graveyard speeches where someone are held or other people are despised. But what do we do at Slime Media Productions? We invite guests to tell their own stories. We invite guests to interact with the viewers. We invite guests to interact with their fans. And today in the studio I have a gospel artist. To many she may be new, to some she is their role model. Who am I talking about? I am talking about Lindi Piri, known as Lindi Marc. Let's hear your story, Lindi.
Hi.
You know, when I got the name Lindi Marc, I said I'm going to talk to Lindi Marc, not Mark wandrikuona panapo.
You're expecting a colored or
ndozonzwa uri kupinda apa uri kuti makadi aizvi kolindi uyu.
Yeah.
Welcome to Zimbabwe.
Thank you so much.
You are a Zimbabwean.
100% Zimbabwean.
Based in South Africa.
Yes.
And you are a gospel artist.
Yes.
So many people have always told us that pandakatanga kuimba ndakatanga ndiri grade 2, ndakatanga ndiri ku church choir. For you, was it a calling? How did it start?
Ndakatanga kuimba ndiri mudiki. I was very young. Like, as far as I know myself, I've been singing. I've been singing from church, crusades and those kind of things. But professionally, I started 2015. That's when I was able to record my first album, Fura Inzira.
2015?
Yes.
It became an album to record.
Yes.
But tell me, how did the first song come about?
Like, at first, like I said, I've been singing before. 2008, I remember I did a demo. It was back in Bulawayo. It was before I traveled. That demo, I couldn't do anything because for me, I'm a girl that grew up from a small family, and Mumuredu, no one is into famous, those kind of things. So when I did the demo, I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know where to go.
You wrote the song.
I wrote the song.
And then you were singing while you're bathing and cleaning the plates.
Exactly, exactly. So after some time, I realized that there was nothing that I can do with the demo. I tried to approach several recording companies, and by then a lot of my music was in Ndebele.
Okay.
Then they
And you were based in Bulawayo?
Yes.
Okay.
They instructed me to do music that was in Shona so that at least it would be a bit marketable. Then I didn't have anything to offer them by then. Then that's the same year I traveled to South Africa.
Okay, hold on. Tell me about this. You are Ndebele.
I'm Ndebele.
Then you went to a recording company.
Yes.
And they said sing in show.
Yes.
How did you feel?
I feel so disappointed. I don't wanna lie. I feel useless, and to me, I thought that was the end of my career because I didn't have any songs by then in Shona. I think it was only one track that was in Shona, but 3/4 of my tracks on that demo, it was in Ndebele. So to be honest, that particular situation almost killed my career. Then I migrated to South Africa.
Whoever told you that, what was his exact words and his reasons for you to say, no, leave Ndebele and go to Shona?
I think the reason, if I don't want to go far, the reason was like Ndebele music was not easy to market.
Okay.
It was not easy to market. It was not marketable to a lot of recording companies. That was the reason. So if I can do something that is in Shona, it is majority, and I think it was just business reasons.
Wow.
Yeah, of which now I'm into business and I understand it, but to be honest,
okay.
that time I was so devastated.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Now you have the demo now.
Yeah.
Yes, and they've told you this. You migrated to South Africa.
Yes.
With your demo.
With my demo. Yeah, with my demo. With my demo. Remember, if you want to do something, no matter how there's negativity around, you still believe that this is what I need to do for a living. So when I migrated to South Africa, I know that when I get there, things might be different. But singing was part of my reason why I went to South Africa. Because I was hearing, South Africa kuna opportunity ya kuimba, these kind of things. Kuna producers akawanda.
How many songs mangana kanyorwa that time?
That time I was having 7 tracks.
Okay.
Yeah, I was having 7 tracks. So when I get to South Africa, things were quite different with what I was expecting.
You thought you were just going to walk in.
I'm telling you, get a recording. I'm telling you. Then when I get there, things were quite different. It was a different thing altogether. Then I had to abandon my music career for some time and get other odd jobs so that I can get a living.
Tell me the odd job. What is called an odd job when you migrate to a foreign country? Tell us, what first job did you say, this is what I'm going to do?
When I get to South Africa, it was not easy. Like for me, when I was here in Zimbabwe, I was doing bookkeeping. That's what I was doing. So when I get to South Africa, I couldn't get a job because of the documents, papers and stuff. So I had to create a job for myself.
Okay.
And remember, I was just an ordinary bookkeeper. That's what I was doing. Yes, yes. And I was very young by then. I was like 22 years. So things were not easy with me, I don't want to lie. My first job was to do nails. Okay. And the hard part of it, and I learned it hard way because I had a situation that I have to feed myself, I have to pay rent, and I have to teach myself to do nails to pay my rent. That was the most difficult situation.
So, did you have relatives when you went to South Africa?
Yeah, my cousins, my brothers, they were already there in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how did the business go? Did it manage to pay your rent, or it was something else?
By grace of God, Lindi is one person who believes in herself. And when I want something, I get it. I'm a fighter. Okay. When that situation came, whereby I have to get something for myself, I pushed myself. I remember that learning nails, I learned it from, I remember I went to a salon and asked a lady to do my nails. And when she was doing my nails, that's when I checked what she was doing. And after that, I went to a shop and buy the equipment to do nails. I went and get a place. You know, in South Africa, you can just get a place, put your table and start working.
Like what is happening now in most of our urban centers.
So I just went to a shop, buy my equipment, set my table, and I remember that particular date was 2008, December 15. I worked 800 rands. Wow. That was a lot of money.
And you said, But that did not change your mind saying, let me just do nails and forget about music.
No, to be honest, by then I forgot about music. The situation, what I was seeing in South Africa and what I was going through, I thought music, it was not gonna work. By then, that particular moment, I had to forget and kill everything about music.
And then later, what happened now to the demo?
And then to the demo, it was there. You remember I carried it to South Africa?
Yeah.
It was there in my bag. Then God blesses me with a husband. That was 2011. I got married. And when I get...
don't rush, Lindi. You don't just get a husband. You don't just get married. How did you meet Mark? Did he come for nails, or was he passing through the pavement? Then he saw that young, beautiful young Zimbabwean girl doing some nails, or did he bring his other girlfriend for nails? Then he ended up settling for you.
I like that one. Like I said, I was into beauty, and the hotel where I was staying, there were Ghanaian girls that I was staying with them. They were my friends, they were Ghanaians. And it was, remember it was 2010 World Cup.
Oh, okay.
Then there was this nice, handsome gentleman who came from Ghana to watch World Cup. Then he was a Ghanaian, and those girls, they just call him brother. You know, once you're in a foreign land, if somebody says Zimbabwean and they're Zimbabwean, you become brother and a sister. Yeah, then that's how I saw him.
Okay,
Then first time I just saw him, I know this guy is my husband. And by then he was in Ghana. He's a journalist. He was a journalist in Ghana. So in May I was in South Africa. Then we exchanged numbers, and he went back after World Cup.
Okay.
Then the communication continued. And he decided.
There was no WhatsApp then.
There was no WhatsApp. We used emails. We used emails and Maxit or something. I think that time it was Maxit. Yeah. But we were communicating in emails. But we were communicating very well. And he decided to resign. But I get a bus and I can't get to South Africa because I can't be far from you.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
You can't see much. But
to be honest, I loved him because I see potential. He's a God-fearing man, and he was an honest guy. We share dreams and we share ambitions. So I thought Mark was for me. Okay. So I told him, okay, if you want to be close, come. But the thing is, I can't promise that if you come here, you can get a job. And it's kind of a guy, he's a fighter. Like I said, we share a lot in common. He said, you know what, I have my qualifications. Once I get there, God will give me something. Okay. Then he came, and when he get to South Africa, he put his applications out and he got a job. Within 3 weeks, he got a job.
Ah, wonderful.
Yeah. Then his first salary was like, you know what, his first salary, I'm keeping it. I need to go and see your family. Yeah. And I remember even the time when he came from Ghana, even my family were like, yo, this is strange. How can you allow a stranger from Ghana to come to you?
To come to you to South Africa?
There are a lot of guys here in Zimbabwe. Why can't you get somebody here in Zimbabwe? I was like, no, Moyomut, I think that person is my husband. Yeah. Then when he gets here, to be honest, I never get disappointed. He came, his first salaries, he gathered it, went to see my family, and he came down to Zimbabwe. My things were not, it's those marriages that are done in South Africa. He came to Zimbabwe, to Bulawayo, with his brothers. The brothers came, some was mostly half Nigerian, half a Ghanaian. Some they came from Nigeria, some from Ghana. They accompanied him, they came and they call it a traditional wedding. Yeah, that was 2012.
And by then you told him that I'm a singer, or I want to sing, or I'm trying to sing.
I never mentioned anything. When he came to my room, I remember I was staying in a hotel. What he realized, I was having a keyboard. So I think it gives him a clue that this person is a musician. But I wasn't into music that time. I forgot, I buried that career that time because I was going through depression. I had to focus on other things. Then after, I think 2012 we got married. Then 2013 we got our first son, Jordan. Then 2015 I got sick, very sick, and I was admitted in a hospital. And then I remember he was sitting on the bed. You know, like I say that I think Mark is somebody that we share a lot in common. Muno kuti anogona kuziva zvandinofunga even before I say it. He knows that I wanted to be into music, but I didn't have finances that time.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was sitting on the bed. This is a challenge that I'm giving to God. If God can save my wife, because I was supposed to go some operations and everything was just complicated about my sickness, because doctors were not finding out what was wrong with me. 1 minute they were saying it's this thing, the next minute the results were not correct. Actually, it's just an old history that is in your blood, those kind of things. So he made a vow to God that, God, if you can save my wife and he come out from this hospital in one piece, the first thing that I'll do, I'll take him to the studio, let's hear preach your word. We didn't know any producer. We don't know even where to start. Remember when I came to South Africa, I buried this music thing. I never even tried it. So he went to internet. Like I say, he's a journalist. He know how to play around with internet. He searched for a producer. When I come from the hospital, he waited for me to be strong. 10 days after I was discharged, I went and recorded my album. From that demo, yeah. But what we did, it's also nice to marry to a smart guy.
Oh yeah. Even my wife, she says that.
It's a blessing to get married to a smart guy. And education is the key to everything. He said, you know what, Lindi, what you're going to do, let's put all your songs here. We are going to translate some of your Ndebele songs to Shona. And let's work on that. And the Vurainzira, particularly that Vurainzira, he's the one who wrote it. He wrote it in English and said, I want you to put this song in Shona. And the song, that's the one that you're going to introduce you. And he wrote the Vurainzira and I translated it to Shona. And we came up with an album.
So, and the album is
Vurainzira.
That was 2015.
That was 2015, but we recorded it 2015. After recording it, we took a year because, like I said, we didn't know what to do. When we record, we keep it in the house and start look around, what can we do? And it was last year, November 23, when we released it.
How many songs are there? 9
songs.
And during all this time, besides singing Vurainzira for commercial purposes, also to minister the word of God, were you also singing in church? Are you in the praise and worship choir?
Yeah, I was singing in the church a lot. I was in a group, they call it Outreach. Outreach is those people who are singing above praise and worship. They sing like in big events, crusades and stuff,
So tell me, Lindi, you are a musician. Obviously, you go through rehearsals. And the rehearsals can be in the office, at home, in a hotel. You are at home and you are rehearsing. What will Mark be doing that time?
Mark is my manager. He's part of it. If I'm rehearsing, it's either sitting on his laptop, make sure that the marketing is on point. Because after we did this thing, I think with his profession and everything, I didn't have any choice to look for somebody to manage me. So for Mark was the best person to manage me.
Is your manager?
Yes.
In your life, in marriage and everything?
Yes.
Did you ever say something that you said to yourself, I can quit music?
That's my number one fan. He's very supportive. I remember soon after I released that album, we remember releasing an album, that means it doesn't mean that you have arrived. Actually, that's the beginning of challenges. Because now we have just started the career of music. That's when now you see the challenges that comes by being a musician. I think this year in February, we did our video ya Vurainzira. Then marketing and everything, rebranding me, it takes a lot of money. Because remember, our aim is I want to be in an international standard, of which it requires a lot of finances. And we haven't get any promoters, sponsors, everything is still coming from our pocket. So we're going through some kind of depression. I remember even at some point, your music, torwadza munzeve, it's not good. Seriously. Seriously.
Because the fans and the viewers are the best judges of any product.
You understand? So I even ndakatombopots and ndataenda kuregedza. This thing I've already buried it before. Let me just leave it. Now I'm using money, and this is what some people are saying. Let me just leave it. And my husband told me, you know what? Remember, you are not singing for that particular person. One's man's meat is another man's poison. You remember? So, to me, your music is fine. Even pastors, you can't be pastor to everybody. Pastor akanaka, but vakatoparidza mwana kuti ina nditombonzwa zvaari kutaura. So everybody as a gospel musician, we are like pastors, we are like evangelists. Tine vanhu vatakatarwa panyika kuparidzira. And when we meet those people, they'll receive our music and they'll embrace it. So he told me, I'm not quitting. I've gone so far to quit. You are good, and I'm going to push. So I don't think Mark has ever said anything that is against my career. It's my number one fan.
So you after you have recorded, now you have your album.
Yeah.
You took it to South African radio stations.
Yes. Like I said, marketing that's his skill. He organizes a lot of interviews. I get a lot of interviews with South African radio stations. And guess what? I was so surprised the way they received my music. They loved it. And when they listened to my music, they said, your music sounds so unique compared to our gospel music that we are used. Because our gospel, when you play our gospel, we can actually know this is gospel. Your sounds, it sounds so unique in our ears because it's a foreign gospel. They loved it. And I was getting like interviews like every week, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'm having interviews at different stations in South Africa.
When your music was getting airplay in South Africa, have you ever been in a place where people, by any chance, get to hear your music through the radio, and you are among that audience, and they start discussing about that music, not knowing that it's yours? Have you ever been in that situation?
I think a situation where it was in a mall, and it was this Zimbabwean guy. He was playing it in the radio. He was playing it so loud. And they were like, there were these guys, they were young guys, they were drinking. They came out from the car and they were dancing.
So they were drinking their beer.
They were drinking their beer. They were listening to the gospel, and they came out from the car and they were dancing, and they were telling the other guy that this is my music from our place. Because the other guy was a South African. This music is from our place. Then I was in the mall, then I was like, okay. And they didn't even notice me. Yeah.
Did you go to them and introduce
No,
yourself?
I didn't.
Oh, why not?
I didn't. I didn't want to spoil their day because they were really enjoying it. And what I saw, I loved the way they were enjoying. They were drinking, but they were playing gospel, and they look enjoying it. So I didn't want to, because if I've got there, they'll start to formalize things. Then I didn't want that. Yeah.
What about now in Zimbabwe? Has your music been ever on radio? Has it got airplay or
so much? Okay. Diamond FM, Star FM, FM, all those stations. Especially my latest track, Faithfulness, has been on those stations a lot.
Okay. And when your parents, when they heard your music, what did they say to you?
I was raised by my mom, single-handed. When she heard my music, she's one person who knows that I always wanted to be a singer, although she was also losing hope because of the time and the finances and everything that was the challenge that was surrounding my growing. So when it finally happened, to be honest, she was overwhelmed. Yeah, I remember kneeling down, thanking my husband. But the time I recorded, she was there. Remember, I was sick, so she was in my house.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember she kneeled down and started Mkwasha, waita basa ndaifunga kuti kuda this dream yemwana wangu aichabudiriri. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's also your number one fan.
Yes,
and
she is.
Now you are in Zimbabwe, and I can see from the flyers that we have here. One of them is you're supposed to be singing at a theatre production, which is going to happen at a theatre in the park.
Yes.
And it's called Faces a Woman with Emotional Scars.
Yes.
How did you get in touch, and how did it come about that you're also supposed to be part of this production?
Firstly, I have a team that I work, my management team. I'm in South Africa, but I know everything that is happening here in Zimbabwe through my PR. that's courage. She always do her networking here.
Okay.
So with my ambition, with my dream as a woman, when this particular event came, she went and approached them, including my manager Cross, and talked to them that if I can be part of this event. Remember, I always tell people that together we can make Zimbabwe a blessed country. So my aim to be part of this was like, we are trying to bring those certain events that we see from America, from Nigeria, from this other country that we have been not having in our place as women. You understand? So this act, it's about the women, or it's about the lady. And me as a lady, I thought I have to take my part and also say my own in music. Yeah.
And after you've recorded your music,
Yeah.
and obviously there are some with Ndebele beat,
Yeah.
have you gone back to those studios in Zimbabwe and said, this is my music?
I'm still waiting for that day. I'm still waiting to be big enough. I'm not.
I would want to hear the responsibility. But I know, there's this talent search
Yeah.
where the young guys go and
Yeah.
try their luck.
Yeah.
One of the guys who is now so much into music, he was told to go and sell sweets because his voice was
Yes.
not that good.
Yes.
But now he's one of the so much sought after artists.
Yeah.
He's always all over the country
Yeah.
singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still waiting for that day. I'll just go and greet them.
Okay, so from now you've an album. What's next in your musical career?
In my musical career now, we just open our own recording company. It's called Double M Production,
Okay.
where our dream and our aim is to give opportunity to other.
The Double M is in South Africa.
It's in South Africa,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Double M, it's gonna help both in Zimbabwe and South Africa. The thing is I'm based in South
Yeah,
Africa,
okay.
but my aim and our aim, because it's my husband production company, is to help upcoming artists, because after our experience we realized that there's a lot of talent in Zimbabwe. It's not easy to get right people, and those people, if they don't get right people in time, those talents will just go to vain, just like that. So our main focus is to help young talent in Zimbabwe.
Tomboisa music paside. Kubva uchikura kusvika pauri apa. Pane zuva here Lindi raunoti ukarifunga chakaitika chimwe chinhu chakakurwadza in your life, and how did you overcome that?
What I can say, I've been through a lot of pain. As a child that was raised single-handed, 3/4 of my life is full of pain. What can I say that pains me? There's a lot of pain. I don't know which particular one that I can pick, because
I don't know it. That's why I'm asking, because obviously someone along the lines of our life may have okay, in as much as you were raised by a single mother, which
Yeah.
is not what anyone would want to. You'd want to have a father and a mother in the same house.
yes.
But even in that, with your single mother, hey, apa even tiri kutambura kana kuti upenyu hwakaomaka apa zvakanga zvaomesesa apa zvekuti pamwe dai amai vasina kudai so zvekuti kana iwe ukamudza kuti amai uchikuza here musi uyoyo.
I think, as you just reminded me, there is a time, I think I was like, I was 9 years. So, my mother is a single parent. Unongoza kana uri mukadzi une vana, then it happens that wosiyana nemurume wako, and then you are in a family where you have siblings like brothers vane vakadzi. You became like an insult. You understand? So that was the situation where my mother was that time to his brother's wives.
Okay.
And she was like a burden, because she was having these young kids on her shoulder, and she got separated with her husband, and we're in my auntie's house in Harare, Vaigaro Harare. When things get bad, we came here to Harare, looking for. So it was in the evening, we were just sitting, and then my aunt told my mom, they were twins, my twin sister to my mom, she told my mom that the husband said she can't carry us anymore, we should leave. And it was at night. I remember my mother and Tata Torara waking us up and said we should leave.
To where?
I don't know. We take our bags and we landed in Pamachipisa. That's where we slept that night.
Makaenda niso.
Yeah. From Lopinva we have to walk. Tikashka Pamachipisa. We have just to, my mother put a blanket and we slept. Then in the morning we went to, we're two, me and my young sister, Pastor Eve. Yeah. So we have to sleep there. Then in the morning, do pataka somuka tikaenda ku Warren Park to this other her cousin. So that was the worst day of my life.
And there you are. I'm talking to Lindi Marc, where we are talking about your musical career and also about your life. Find out more who is Lindi. You may have missed quite a lot, but I want to tell you that the advantage with Slime Media is after the whole interview, you can still go to our Facebook page and rewind and watch that program again, because it will still be there. But for you to be the first with the news and current affairs of the program that we air here, like our Facebook page, because every time we go live, you will get a notification and you will never miss anything. And also, if you are tired of telling your friends about these programs, invite them to like the Facebook page so that all of you will enjoy some of our musical programs that we also air here. News and current affairs is all here. Today I'm talking to a gospel artist, a Zimbabwean who is based in South Africa, where we are talking about your musical journey. You said your young sister is Pastor Eve.
Yeah.
How did she become a pastor? I'm looking for an opportunity that I'm going to talk to her about that. But just tell me, your young sister is a pastor. And
what I realize sometimes so that he can bring us close to him. It was so difficult. We didn't have anyone to lean or to depend than God. So that makes my whole family to depend to God. She also finds herself with that calling. I don't know how it happens. She just telling me, you know what, I'm going to start studying theology. She goes to ECG. The next thing I'm doing this program, then this program, next thing, I graduate, I need to be pastor. And I was like, wow. So for me, I think God, he has his own way of doing things. Sometimes so that we can get close to him. Because I think I won't have enough time to write songs. Maybe she will not even think about being a pastor. Maybe she should have chosen any other career. But God was the only source of food, accommodation, emotional support, physical support. So it's really brought us close to God. Yeah.
And after that, during that time when your mother separated with your father, was there any communication between you guys with your father?
Yeah, at first few years there was a communication up until when I was grade 4. That's when the communication dies. It was then we're staying with this stepmother. Then there were those stepmother issues.
Yeah.
Of abuse and stuff. My young sister was being abused and stuff, and the court pleaded with my mother to take the custody of us. So tagava na mama, then tagava kaenda kumusha. kwa mama vangu kwavakaberekwa kumasvingo. My mother, she's from Masvingo. Yeah, she's from Masvingo, Kwachirika. So that's when we went and stayed with my grandmom. Then I'm going on off 1 year to Splawai, 1 year to Masvingo, because of things were quite difficult for us.
Yeah. So what kind of a relationship is there between you and your father now?
When I get to South Africa 2008, unfortunately that's the year that he passed away.
Sure.
Yeah, he was murdered. And
Yeah.
that was the other reason that I went to South Africa to look for my father. Then
You had migrated to South Africa as well?
yeah, my father has been in South Africa since we were like 2 years or so. Since I know him, he's been in South Africa.
Oh, okay.
He was just coming.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So when I tried to, that was the reason why I went to South Africa. I wanted to go try to check on my father and maybe help me maybe to further my education. Then that particular year, zvazvakangosiyana nemwedzi nondakasvika chinzi vakashayika mwedzi wapera.
Sure. Okay. If you was alive today, sitting on this chair, if you were given a chance to ask him one question, what were you going to ask him?
I think the question I'll ask him is, even when things were not fine between two of them, of which I don't know, at least he should have stick around because of me and my sister. He should have just do it for us.
That is what you're going to
Yeah.
ask him. Why?
Yeah. Why did he hate our mother and also hate us?
There you are. That's what Lindi is saying. We are talking about your musical career. Now, as we conclude the program, Lindi, with your background, with what you have shared with us today, where is your next step in terms of music?
My next step in the terms of music, I want to see myself as a gospel promoter. That's where I'm working towards. I want to be a gospel promoter. Yeah. Apart from being a musician, I think I'm going to promote music. Yeah.
There you are. Your last words to your fans that are watching right now.
To my fans, firstly, I just want to thank them for loving my music and following me on my Facebook page. I thank you so
What is the
much.
name of
It's
the Facebook
Lindi
page?
Marc on my Facebook, Lindi Marc Music, and then on Twitter, it's Lindi Marc, Instagram, Lindi Marc. You can also find my music in Oyos, Deezer, iTunes, Google Play, a lot of online stores. You can find my music there, and also in YouTube. And I'm open to anyone who wants conversation or any question or needs to interact with me. You can just find me at Lindi Marc, or you can contact me through my manager on 076 4474745. That's a South African number, 076 4474745. You're going to get in touch with me. I thank you so much, and please guys, keep on liking my page. Tell your friends to like my page so that you can get all the updates concerning my music. And don't forget to meet me in Chitungwiza at Port Ministries on the 26th. It's gonna be epic. Thank you so much.
Mazvinzwira vakuru vanoti chiri musakasaka chinozvinzwira kakawanda mukati meupenyu tinozongoona munhu akufamba akatsvinda tsvinda tobva tangoti aiwa uyu upenyu hwake hwange hwakanaka kubva pekutanga. Manzwa nyaya yaLindi yekuti vabereki vake vakasiyana, akarerwa namai vake zvinhu zvakasvika pakuoma, asi akatsungirira. Chikuru chakaitika ndechekuti haana kurasa Mwari, nekuti ataura kuti pana Mwari ndo pakange pave neupenyu hwavo. Uyewo zvakare ataurawo kuti kubva achitanga kuti ndakuda kuimba akamboisa zvemusic paside, asi nekufamba kwenguva akazoenderera mberi nemusic yake. Zvichida iwewe ungadai wakagarawo kumba uchiti aiwa izvi hazvisi kufamba, asi ukateerera nyaya yaLindi unobva waziva kuti aiwa ramangwana pane rakajeka. On behalf of our team, Sylvester Tapumane behind the camera, and myself, as I have said, remember to like our Facebook page, Sly Media Productions, so that you will never miss any of our news and current affairs program. For now, on behalf of Lindi and everyone else, bye-bye.
Your views and comments are welcome on the program. Remember to like our Facebook page and our YouTube channel and be the first to see as it happens. Watching TV on the go. Sly Media TV. Building bridges.